Okay, this is a good question, right? What is to stop Trump from doing something like ordering someone to pew pew protesters in the leg, right? He did try that last time, and the general told him, rightfully so, sir, you can't do that. It's against the Geneva Conventions. It is torture. So what about now that he has replaced it with his yes man? Nobody else is going to follow that order, right? Every soldier, from private to general, knows this. We've just been at war for 20 years. Your friendly neighborhood intelligence officer was briefing to you every single day about how this is a war crime. They're not going to do it because while Colt 45 might be immune, we, the soldiers, are not. So they're risking their life. You get convicted of war crimes, you in big trouble. They would be risking their life if he doesn't then take power and stay in power. So all of his bloviating about firing squads and all of this, like, all of these little things we're talking about would be like, now this is a coup and they're choosing to support. And if they lose in the Game of Thrones, you win or you unalive, right? So I don't think this is a huge threat, even though his SecDef Hogsworth wouldn't confirm that he wouldn't follow an illegal order. You know how much all the generals and the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the admirals and every single person in the senior military leadership who was more qualified in their little pinky than he is to hold this role? You think they're going to like that guy, want to do what he says? Like, no. The next level down is going to be like, no, you can't do that. That's torture. I am, as ever, your friendly neighborhood intelligence officer, Daniella, a scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership, former Captain Mestyanek of the U.S. Army. I wrote a book called Uncultured about growing up in the Children of God, going into the cult of the U.S. Army, being one of the first women on a deliberate ground combat team that Hogsworth doesn't know anything about. And you can get signed copies of attached here. Have a day. Oh, and I just wanted to come back and say that because of his confirmation hearings, because of Hogsworth's former garbage comments on the Geneva Convention and how he doesn't want to follow rules from 80 years ago, even though he wants a crusade and wants to follow rules from 2,000 years ago, because of that, all the military leadership right now, probably today, is having conversations with their soldiers and reminding them of this and going over what war crimes are. All the intelligence officers are going to be very busy briefing soldiers and reminding them of this exactly, because we know the threat of having to go to work under this man.